Hey guys, Coingeese here. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make your own command block timer. So these command block timers have any amount of time, and when that amount of time is passed, it will be able to execute a command. I'm going to show you two ways to do it. Before we start, we need to know what time Minecraft runs on. Minecraft runs on ticks, which is a 20th of a second, meaning that when we're using our timers, we got to multiply seconds by 20. And let's say if we had 1 second, that equals 20 tick. That's basically how we determine how much time we're going to put in our timers. And if you didn't already know, a repeating command block executes every tick. So let me show you an example of one of the timers real quick. Ignore the max timer real quick and just look at timer on the side. I'm just going to execute this and reset it. And so now on the right, the timer is going up. So about 5 seconds has passed. And then after 5 seconds, it says hi. Now, this is pretty simple using only 2 command blocks. I'm going to show you how to do it like that. And there's also another way by doing it with 3 command blocks, and this is more advanced. This one has max timer, which is set to 200, which means 10 seconds. And after 10 seconds, it should execute with hi as well. Here we go. This is hi, and then it sets back to -1. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is create a scoreboard, and this scoreboard can be anything. I'm going to make it a dummy timer, so add timer, and we're just going to call it dummy. Now dummy basically means that you're going to have to use commands to change the score, and so that's basically what we want to do anyway. So I'm going to show you the first way, which is simple. What you want to do is add 1 command block down here. Basically, after you add that command block, you do execute if score. So this execute if score timer. Now, this timer is just an entity or a name. It doesn't have to be anything. So it could be value, or it could be even Coingeese, me. But I'm just going to keep it at timer. And then the next timer is going to be the objective, so what we created before. What you want to do afterward is matches. Now matches basically is if the score equals something. So if the score equals 10, then that means if the score timer equals matches 10. What we're going to do here is 0 and then 2 dots. Now this is where you want to know how long your timer is going to last. So let's say before I told you we're going to make a 10-second timer. So 10 times 20 equals 200. So 0 up to 200. Now this means that if the score is in between 0 and 200, then what's gonna do is run scoreboard players add timer 1. Basically what this does is that it just keeps executing until the score players is at 201, because after 200 it's 1. So if we do scoreboard objective set display sidebar timer, we get to see what our thing is at. And the reason why it's not executing is because it has no score. Timer has no score. So this will also count as the reset right here. So we just do scoreboard players set timer 0. And now it should work because I've activated this and I press it, and as you see on the right, it has the timer. But the next thing we want to do is how to make like a notification where it says time's up. Basically, you kind of do the same thing, except it's way easier. So it's execute if score timer, and we just do matches 100. And that's actually pretty easy. So if we just do, actually no, matches 200 I meant, sorry. So that just means execute if the timer equals 200, which it has already passed. The reason why not 201 is that this command will keep executing until the scores change to like 202. So we just keep it at 200. And do run say hi, just for now, or time's up. And if we reset it, it should go back, it should say time's up. There we go, so it says time's up. You could do anything on here. You can even do like run summon pig, but it doesn't really matter. So that's basically the first type of timer I can show you. The only thing is that you have to set like your custom amount of time right here in the matches, as well as here. And let's say if you want to change the timer up by not interacting with the command blocks itself, you have to do it another way. So it's about the same thing, so let's copy both over. In this timer, we're going to take off all of this until 200, so it says matches 0. Basically, next thing we want to do is another if score, and this time we do timer, timer, and max timer, just like I showed you earlier in the video. And basically this max timer means that if you set it to like any type of number, so if I set let's just do scoreboard player set max timer, and let's do 5 seconds. Wait, set max timer. So right there we set it to 100. Basically what we do is if score timer, and this means less than or equal to. Kind of like what we did here with the dots, but a little bit different. And we just do timer after max timer. This basically does the same thing as this, but this time you can set max timer to any value you want and it'll execute all the way up to there. After that, we just do run scoreboard players, add timer 1. As you see right now, it's just gonna do the same thing. Right now, I can show you how it works. So if we just execute, it's not gonna do anything, but if we reset it and we do it, it will stop. And the thing is that even if you do max timer equals 200, the command block will start executing again until it gets to that number, kind of like that. We're also going to put the notification, so let's copy this over, and here we're gonna just do execute if score timer and just equals max timer. And yeah, that's basically doing matches 200, but instead of 200 you're just doing max timer. And you just do run say hi. If we enable this and set it back to 0, and if we go back up, it does the same thing, hi. Now the thing about max timer is, you can always set to another score like 120, and it does that. And you can even do 200. As you see, every time I update my max timer to a greater value, the timer starts running again. Basically, what you want to do is keep it at -1, because as you see here, it has up to 0 and up. So whenever the timer ends, we set it to -1, so when we're changing the value, if you want to, the timer doesn't go up without you knowing. So what we're gonna do is, it's actually pretty simple. We're just gonna do another command block, and this time we're gonna set it to conditional. That means that if the previous command block executed correctly, this command block will execute as well. So we're just gonna do scoreboard players set timer -1. And so now let's check if it works. We're gonna set it to 0, and when it goes up again, we'll wait for it, and you see it says hi and it goes to -1. And let's say if we change it back to if we change it to 300, timer's not going to execute, so it's fine. Of course, you don't always have to have a redstone lever right here. You can always set it to always active, and so to basically activate it, you just set the timer to 0, just like that. And it works either way. And as well, if you want to also add some other things like summoning pigs or anything, it's best you make another command block chain just for those executions, since this command block timer only requires 3 and that one requires 2. That's basically it, guys. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to answer them. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more of it, please remember to like and subscribe. And that's basically it, guys. I'll see you later.